Hi, crafty friends. Elise here, the Cheeky Bum, and I'm excited. I have a new swap announcement. So myself and Mika, who is Mikaboo32, are gonna co-host this halfway to Halloween swap, and we're calling this the Monster Mash swap. So it is a group swap. Swaps will be mailed to me, but Mika will be helping with the group chat. I will link both of our Instagrams down below. And I will also put our emails down there, so that if you don't have Instagram but you want to join, let me know. Don't sign up in the comments. That gets really confusing. So it's either sign up by email or through Instagram if you want to be added to the group chat. But I'm going to keep this as an open swap, so there's no sign up necessary. But if you want to be added to the group chat so you can get any updates or you have any questions, you can go in there and those will be provided for you. But I'm going to keep this as an open swap, so no sign up required. I'll put that on the flyer as well, but these will come to me. So if you need my address, let me know. This is going to be a make one get one or a make two get two, and these are the requirements. So this is going to be like an old Hollywood monster swap, so it's not open to Halloween necessarily. We're thinking like old Hollywood monsters like vampires, werewolves, Frankenstein, Bride of Frankenstein, Mummy, zombies, Swamp Thing, or the creature from the Black Lagoon. Think of those lines. Kind of what's kind of pictured is what we're kind of thinking. A little different than Halloween, so that if you're not into Halloween, you could, if you like monsters, you could still do it. And it doesn't have to be scary monsters. They can be cutesy monsters. I have a lot of cute little dies. I'll kind of insert some throughout the pictures that are really cute, and I think they'll be really cute for this. Even like voodoo, I think, would probably go along, like voodoo doctor or witch doctor type of thing. I think that could probably be considered old Hollywood monster. But anyway, requirements are a book stack or a book box of some sort. That way you can just kind of put it in, like, a lot of these monsters are based on books, like Dracula, Bram Stoker, Frankenstein is, so many of these old Hollywood monsters movies are based on books, and I love reading. Mika loves reading, so we're like, oh, we're gonna incorporate some of these books that we've gotten a lot of book die releases lately. Scrap Diva has one, Chaos Crafts has one, but you can make a book or a book box or a book stack without dies. Like I've made one before. There's a lot of tutorials out there. I'll also either create or link a couple videos down below. I don't know. I might try to create a playlist on YouTube under my bio that is open for everybody to look at, that will have some like book stack and book box tutorials. If you're interested, make things a little easier for you. So back to requirements. So a book stack or a book box. We're thinking like some like Twinchies of some sort, like a scallop circle embellishment. These embellishments you can pull out and use for your Halloween crafting or something like that, or even like in a scrapbook layout, junk journal, album, anything like that. So we're thinking 4 2-inch or larger scallop circle embellishments, layered up, just cutesy, whatever you're thinking, and don't think too literal. So say you're going the mummy route, like they could be just ripped pieces of fabric, paper, something like that. It doesn't have to actually have a mummy on it. Like you got to think outside the box. Don't think too literal. Otherwise, this will be really hard for you. You definitely have to make it your own and use your own interpretation, so to say. And MDC with your info on the back. That's a memory dex card if you didn't know. That way we know who you are, what you got going on. A trinket box, it doesn't have to be, don't think like full-on embellishment box. If a trinket box, let's see if I have some close by. I feel like I should. Let's see. Okay, so think trinket box, like this size, you know, this is just what I keep findings in, but this could be a trinket box. You know, these could be a trinket box. It doesn't have to be a full-on embellishment box, just, you know, some little box with some trinkets in there that are, you know, related somehow, some way. You know, again, don't think too literal. So say, you know, if you want to do a mix of monsters, you can do that. There's definitely charms out there. You know, look on Amazon, Temu, there's AliExpress, there's so much out there. So again, don't think too literal. Say you're thinking about Frankenstein and you could just have, you know, blacks, grays, because, you know, the old movie is in black and white. If you're thinking Dracula, you know, do red vampire things. There's plenty of vampire themed charms, fangs, stuff like that. Or even the creature from the Black Lagoon, think green, monster scale, you know, don't think too literal. I hope that all makes sense. One beatable item, so it could be a pen, it could be a keychain, it could be a dangle, it could be a pokey tool, it could be a box cutter. There's so many different beatable items out there. So you choose you. All of us have different strengths. All of us like to make different things. So anything beatable, there you go. 2 Crafter's Choice crafts. So they could be embellishments. They can be ATC cards. They could be anything you want. Bookmarks. Let's see. Banner pieces, rosettes, flower. You know, you choose what you want, but make sure that, you know, it isn't super basic, that it's an embellishment. So it has to be like, you know, somewhat embellished. And three cards. It doesn't necessarily have to have a monster's face on it. You could say Happy Halloween, even though this isn't a Halloween swap, it is halfway to Halloween. I don't want you to be too stuck on these, but definitely think of like, you know, vampire. I don't know. I'm not trying to make this hard on people. I don't want you to think too literal. I want you to be creative and do mummy wrappings or a zombie hand coming out of the ground. Think of tombstones. Think of, you know, werewolves. Again, very open to interpretation. So don't get too stuck in your head. And a $5 crafty gift or monster gift. So there's plenty of monster stuff out there, but if you don't want to do a monster gift, make it a crafty gift. So something that you can use in crafting. So it could be a tool, it could be adhesive, it could be beads, it could be findings, you know, something that is a crafty gift. So if you have any questions, excuse me, feel free to contact me, contact Mika, reach out. I know that this is going to be a little bit more niche. This is, you know, usually I do something a little bit more widespread, but Mika and I are spooky boos, and this is something we've been talking about for a long time and wanting to do. So we hope that you're interested and want to join. So again, I will link both her and my information down below. So reach out if you want to reach out on Instagram to be added to the group chat, again, so you can bounce ideas off of each other. If you want updates in case anything changes, there's always, you know, change for due date and stuff like that. This is a mail out date. I'll change this as well. So this will probably be mail out date is May 31st, not due to me by mail May 31st. I like a mail out date more than a due date. And again, things will come to me. So if you need my address, you can reach out to either Mika or myself. Most people already have it. I think I do have it linked in my bio as well. But again, if you have any questions, let us know. We hope that you join us. If you are a spooky person and you want to create some monster crafts, let us know. And we will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.